Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling News. I am your host Boise, and we got some news coming out from WWE. So the news just got released about an hour ago, and it involves a new Raw on Raw and SmackDown. That's right, this new Raw is called an exclusive directors Raw, and the Raw pretty much will be in charge of creative and all sorts, pretty much the day-to-day processes of both Raw and SmackDown. And the only person the people who are the exclusive directors would report to is Vince McMahon, no one else. And these roles go to none other than Paul Heyman for Monday Night Raw and Eric Bischoff to go to SmackDown Live. That's right. So these guys will be running the shows for what it seems from now on. Now this is interesting news, obviously, with SmackDown and Raw. SmackDown in particular has really struggled since, let's be honest, the Superstar shake-up. Since WrestleMania this year, it kind of has been probably the worst we've got on television for some time. And now having these two very, very respected, 30 years in the business men who are pretty much, Paul Heyman is someone I know a lot of fans respect. I know Eric Bischoff is another, to take the reins and see if they can pretty much fix what is going on with WWE right now is a huge step. Now, at first when I read this, it came out on Twitter and I was like, this can't be real. There's no way Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman are taking over Raw and SmackDown. I just can't see it happening. And then I read the official press statement from WWE and I was like, damn, we're getting Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman taking over the shows. And to be honest, something like this needs to happen. If you've seen the content we're getting on TV of late, it's not been great, guys. It has been possibly the worst run we've had on both Raw and SmackDown for some time. SmackDown before WrestleMania was the show I would go, you know what, they can have some blips, but they have a great amount. The main events were interesting, the tag team was interesting, the women's division was good. I mean, the whole Superstar shake-up happened and it just all went to pot. And I think this needed to happen after what, reports and everything coming out of that. Pretty much when the Superstar shake-up was going to happen, they had months and months of content and ideas all put together for the Superstar shake-up, and when it came to about, Vince McMahon changed his mind, as well as that wildcard stipulation which Vince apparently created on the day of that Monday Night Raw, and just said, we're doing this from now on. It's just, they need stability, and these two honestly are possibly the best guys you could choose to take these big roles. If they're the guys who all the creative and all the superstars have to go and report to and say, look, I don't agree with the story and all this, and they can convince them, and then these guys have to go to Vince, this might make it a hell of a lot easier. If you report to just one person, go up to them, tell them what's going on, and then they can fight that corner. Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are two men who, if they see it as a great idea, they will go with it. They are, as we've seen in the past, especially with Paul Heyman, he's not scared to tell Vince straight on what he needs to do with the company. And pretty much, you need that type of person next to Vince McMahon to go, oi, Vince, you need to calm down. We need to go this route. We can't keep changing things around because you've got bored. And these are the two guys who are perfect for these roles. Don't forget, like I said, they have 30 years experience in the wrestling industry, so they definitely know what they're talking about. But I know there's a lot of people saying this is a knee-jerk reaction, obviously, to AEW, but I think it's more of a knee-jerk reaction because, not for AEW, but for what's happening with the products we're getting. SmackDown and Raw has been poor, and having these two come in, hopefully will fix what's going on with our, with our wrestling on WWE. But there's always going to be people, and I agree, which could go the opposite way. We could see that this is a knee-jerk reaction and we're going to go to a super ultra PG era, but I just can't see it happening. I know if you listen to what Paul Heyman says and with what Eric Bischoff says on their podcasts and everything like that, these guys know what's going on in wrestling. They definitely have more of an idea of what's going on with wrestling, it seems, than Vince McMahon. and they definitely know how to fight for their positions. But what do you guys think about this, this new creative idea, this new directive of Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff becoming exclusive directors for both shows? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Leave it in the comments below. And if you do like our content here at Smack Talk Wrestling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and press that bell so you can keep notified, because if you don't, you won't know about all this awesome content which I make here. And if you like the channel and you like me, why don't you follow us on Twitter as well? It's at Smack Talk YouTube, that's a U and a tube. And if you want to follow me on the old Twitter, it's at Boise88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling.